It's Karen Hutton again, and I'm going to do some Q&A for you because I have a whole bunch of questions right here. Many questions. So I'm going to get started. I'm probably going to break this up so you don't have to sit here and listen to all of them. But I'm going to do my best to answer them, and I'm going to dive right in. So this one comes from Kevin Gott, who asks, do you have any hard and fast rules for f-stop settings when shooting in manual? Well, no. I have an understanding of f-stop and how it works for me and what I want. So for me, it all comes down to what it is I'm shooting, the effect I want. Do I want shallow depth of field? Do I want a long exposure? What do I want? What am I going for in the image? So the only hard and fast rules are the settings that get me what I want in the shot. So sometimes I'm shooting water and I want it to go a little slower. I may have to use a filter and I'll use a higher f-stop to make the shutter go a little slower. I don't know if I'm talking below or under where you're asking or not, but that's the same whether I'm shooting. I never shoot full auto. Usually I shoot an aperture priority, sometimes shutter priority. If I go totally manual, the f-stop rules are still the same. So it comes down to knowing what you want. If you want a shallow depth of field, if you want less than that, if you want a slow shutter, what have you, those are my rules. So I hope that helps, and there you go. Question number 2 comes from John Goddard. Thanks for this, John. He says, I'm going to read it from a handy iPad here. I'd like to know as much as possible about the work process you're using for the photos you will present. For example, are you converting RAW into JPEGs in camera? How do you decide to leave the image as a JPEG and forego processing in Photoshop? I'll tell you, since shooting Fujifilm, which I've been doing now for a little less than a year, that has changed a lot because Fujifilm's JPEGs and film simulations and all that kind of thing offer options I never had before. I mean, I had no idea that this world existed. So you know what? I'm kind of still fiddling around with that right at the moment, and I reserve the right to change my mind in 5 minutes. But this is the workflow I've been using. My basic workflow is RAW, but I also shoot JPEG. I may later delete the JPEG, but I keep them because sometimes it depends on what I'm shooting, but oftentimes I shoot the JPEG as a Velvia film simulation, and I like it because I love vibrant colors, and the Velvia simulation gives me ideas. Then, if I want to post right away, and like here, I don't have a ton of time to process photos maybe as fully as I like to do at home sometimes. So it's really nice to have an image in camera that I can post right away, either doing nothing to it or fiddling around with it a little bit so that I feel good about myself or whatever it is. So yeah, usually RAW with the JPEG. Now, that said, sometimes what I do is shoot film simulation bracketed, and and I think this is just amazing that you can do this, but the 3 simulations that I use are Velvia, Chrome, and then one of the black and whites. All 3 of them then are JPEGs. So then I just decide which one I like best. Did somebody just open a window over there? I love it. There's actually people all around me. I'm just waiting to see if anybody's gonna be staring down. We'll wave. So I hope that answers your question. So that's it for now. As I say, that could change, but that's what I do right now. Thanks for asking. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. Bye.